I come across so many customers who are doing software evaluation, and more often than not, it seems like they're doing it all wrong. Allow me to explain. So typically what ends up happening when you're trying to do an assessment of a solution for a problem, let's say you're looking at retention, mastery, or consent, or RTBF, or whatever kind of things that you work on. And what ends up happening is most customers will create a spreadsheet, sort of a matrix, and compare a few vendors. They'll come up with pros and cons. They'll write a bunch of features. They'll have some conversation to varying degrees with all these vendors, their salespeople, probably technology people, and then they'll compare this as well. Maybe they'll put some scoring, some rate, very standard commercial off-the-shelf software evaluation, or like a COTs evaluation, as you used to call it a while back. So here you are, you've tried doing this, you've tried to compare all the features, painstakingly, you put stuff together, you put some pricing, some numbers, some ranges that you got, and you're doing an internal assessment. And the challenge that I see every time is that this assessment is internal. I've actually found that these smarter customers become more transparent. They will tell you that they're comparing your solution with somebody else, and then they will ask the vendors to help them understand why our particular solution is better. And the thing I so like about that approach is that it brings transparency to the process. As a vendor, if you keep me guessing, I'm just going to dump information at you. I will ask discovery questions, and based on that, I give you information. But when I don't know what you're comparing my solution to, it becomes hard for me to be very relevant to your class. The other part of this is most solutions are not cookie cutter. We definitely are, right? So when you're comparing a number of solutions, it's hard to do an apple-to-apple comparison. What you can do very effectively is help your vendors collaborate with you. So the assessment is based on your use cases. Your use cases remain consistent across a couple of different vendors. So when you tell a vendor your use case, when you also tell them what else are you looking at, then they can be a better partner in terms of helping you solve. So then it's not just a feature compare, it's a solution compare. Because then you're looking at solutions and saying, I need to do this, this, and this. Well, how will you help me do it? How is this other vendor going to help me do it? And then it becomes deeper. The other thing is a technologist I've always felt very strongly about is to do proof of concepts, to do prototype. You don't have to go all the way, just pick up few use cases and give it to the vendor and say, hey, here are the 6 use cases that we're interested in. You pick any 3 out of those things, right? That we can move very quickly. You tell us how we will be done. One of our guys will now do it in your dev org, or you install it, or you give us access to some environment. And you help us, you handle or a developer or an admin person and help them try it out. You can't do that probably for fairly large systems like the Salesforce or SAP, but you can definitely do it for a number of other related systems. So if you're looking at retention, if you're looking at mastery, if you're looking at to be forgotten. If you're looking at any of those kind of systems, those are not that hard to do a little bit of kick the tires on. And what it really does is it actually gives you a little bit of flavor of what you're up against. Far too many companies are just interested in doing a theoretical assessment, and maybe 6 months later they want to really pursue one vendor of their choice. I kind of find that approach very ineffective. You're spending a ton of time doing this assessment. As soon as you can, get your vendor into the door, have an honest conversation, and find a few use cases, time box it to 2 ways, 3 ways, and we'll just go through that and help your internal people take a test drive of the software and really feel convinced. I've spent so much time in implementation, and I constantly see that this is a problem. Talk to people in sales, solution leaders, and all of that. And conversations are just not their conversations. They meander around. They could get manipulated. They could just lose track of what needs to be our focus. But doing a prototype, doing a POC is a great way to constantly come back to results. Because at the end of the day, when you're looking at software that you're not buying, results matter. Everything else is fluff. How well can one vendor talk versus another, how great their sales people are. All of those things are valuable. At the end of the day, the result is the only true indicator how well you've picked a solution. That's what I think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you so much.